I haven't done anything with Automaton Productions yet. I hope this is a little different. Welcome to the pilot episode of Rank the Princess, the show where we take every princess and rank them on basically everything one can think of. Yes, I will be taking suggestions, and I already know someone's gonna ask me to rank the princesses by their feet, so don't even. You've already seen the title. Today we're going to be ranking every princess by their voice. This is on a generalization, basically how much I like their voice, how well it's delivered, and how cool the editing is. Another note, I won't be doing the Nightmare, Eye of the Needle, or Apotheosis since they're just more of the same when it comes to their previous routes. They basically got the same voice, except Apotheosis is a little more echoey, I guess, and Needle is a little more vicious, I suppose. But they basically got the same voice as their previous chapter. As for clarity, she's literally got the exact same voice as Nightmare. We also won't be ranking the Den because it doesn't talk. Go figure. So... Alright, let's get into the ranking video. Oh, and as a little side note, I'm recording all of my audio on my phone, so if you hear weird changes in the audio quality, it's because I'm filming in a different room. I filmed most of the first segment in the living room, but I filmed the bit talking about Needle and Apotheosis in my bedroom. I'll probably be filming most of my bedroom, so the more muffled, less echoey voice is what you'll be getting most of the time. Alright, let's get started for real.
Disappointment in the game of life!
Now, you might be wondering why I put the Wraith at the bottom spot. And that has absolutely nothing to do with the voice itself. But allow me to refer you to this clip of an interview between Dunderchris/Dunderheads and Nicole Goodnight, the voice actress for every version of The Princess and Slay the Princess.
You know what? So let me preface this by saying I adore the Wraith.
Yeah.
I love her. She's great. There's nothing wrong with her. I'm going to give her my D, which is a sentence that is really weird. Because because she was such a pain in the fucking ass to get her stupid fucking voice right.
Mind you, this clip is taken incredibly out of context, and I cannot, in good conscience, accurately put Wraith in the bottom spot, because her voice sounds incredible. Nicole did an incredible job, and I also want to mention that she did highlight that she liked the Wraith, so I don't want to paint anything in the bad light, or incorrectly portray her opinions, or my own. I'm just saying, screw you, Wraith. You're getting the dishonorable mention in pretty much every single one of my videos. But before you ask, yes, Wraith will appear later in this list in a much higher spot. So, for all of you Wraith fans out there, all three of you, don't worry. Now let's get into the actual ranking.
And let me see what you have!
No! What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
If nails on a chalkboard was a voice, this would be it. The razor is exaggerated and scratchy, and allow me to highlight the fact that this is in fact intentional, and it is not a bad voice. There is no voice in this game that is bad. And I know it's intentional because her voice gradually gets more metallic, I guess. In Chapter 3, either the arms race or no way out, depending on whether or not you picked up the knife, her voice is scratchier.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
And then in Chapter 4, Mutually Assured Destruction, or The Empty Cup, her voice is like echoey.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again?
Which, I do admit, is a cool effect, and I do like it. It is a good voice. But I do find it unpleasant to listen to, and there always has to be a last place. Sorry. Mr. Beast!
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified.
I really like how this voice is delivered, because it feels like such a vicious rage that's being held back, like she's fighting the urge to lash out because it would cost her a strategic advantage. That, I feel, describes the beast to a T. A cold, cunning strategist that really does
What's this idiot even going on about?
And also, is very hungry. Oh, and I guess I should give an honorable mention to the Den for all 0 lines she had.
And yes, she is very muscular, and I want my head crushed between her thighs.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
I kind of feel bad ranking the Adversary and Needle this low, but I just gotta. Like, of course the delivery is fantastic, and it fits the character well, but I don't know if there's really a lot to say. She does it well, but she loses a lot of points with,
Yes, 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 yes! Finally, you get it!
which honestly feels a little too forced, and it makes me just a tad uncomfortable. Sorry, this game's so full of incredible voice acting that moments that aren't as good to me stick out more. Nicole Goodnight is still a fantastic voice actress, and I mean no ill will to her. She is in my top 3 alongside Michael Kovac and Jonathan Sims. Okay, moving on.
I'm a f***ing pretty princess.
I feel like it's unfair to shove this into one spot because in actuality there's 2 versions of the princess's voice. There's the version of her when you take the knife down,
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
and there's the version of her when you don't take the knife down.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
It's also worth noting that in The Princess and the Dragon, she's basically the exact same as she is in Chapter 1. It even says in the wiki that she's exactly the same, save for her crown and the scar on her chest, because, you know, you stabbed her. This feels like the perfect mid-ground for very good. I have absolutely 0 issues with any of the voices past this point. So, really not much to say here, and it's really going to start feeling like a lightning round once we get around the middle. Until we get to the voices with some effect to them, I think it's just gonna be, hey, she talks, that's pretty cool. And also, Nicole Goodnight has some great delivery. Like, I feel like some of these voices can be summarized in one sentence. Like, this one's extremely sassy and doesn't like you. This one is definitely not going to sell you cocaine in an alleyway. This one wants to step on you, and knowing most of you, you probably want her to step on you too. What do you mean Nicole Goodnight also wants the tower to step on her?
Yes, I'm a simp.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Not unlike the Razor, I feel like this voice is a symptom of, hey, that's kind of the point. Because Damsel isn't meant to be this deep, compelling, extremely interesting princess. The entire point of her deconstruction is a representation of how flat and emotionless the trope of the damsel in distress is. We'll get to the deep, compelling version of her later. It's also worth noting that as she deconstructs, her voice gets, like, higher pitched.
I just want to make you happy. Okay, if that's what makes you happy, I can make you unhappy. Okay, if that's what makes you happy, I just want to make you happy.
But yeah, good for what it is, but unfortunately not that compelling. But also really disturbing.
The wild! The wild?
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge.
First of all, because I feel like someone would point it out if I didn't mention it, yes, the Wounded Wild has the same voice.
I feel empty, don't you?
Second of all, while this is a very compelling route and the voice delivery is incredible, I feel like there's not much to talk about, which is why she's ranked lower. Like I said, it's going to start feeling like a lightning round once we get around the middle, and by middle, I mean basically the entire chunk of princesses that don't have some form of editing over their voice. With one exception we'll get to. I really feel like there's not much else I can say about this, so I'm just going to move on. Pretty wild, don't you think?
No, bitches.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
Oh, she's so silly. Oh, she's so mischievous. Oh, she's... Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good voice delivery. It does a really good job of portraying how much malice she holds behind the sillies. Stop posting about Sin the Silly. Start posting about which the silly. I don't know why I was doing that.
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit.
When you stack 5 voices on top of each other, it creates a cool effect, but it doesn't leave room for much portrayal of emotion. That's probably the reason why this is ranked so low, compared to all the other voices that sound equally cool but have godlike delivery instead of just a measly, incredible delivery. It's amazing for what it is, pretty much perfect for what it is, just what it is doesn't leave room for much emotion.
Like, I could do this myself if I wanted
to.
Hey, you. You're finally awake. What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
The prisoner's voice is very calm and collected, but there's an undeniable edge to it that you just kind of love to see. That said, I really don't know what else I could say about it. Unfortunately, she gets way cooler when you stab her. I guess I should also mention the Cage's voice, but it barely changes. Yeah, that's about all I have to say. Maybe I should have wrote a script for this.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
I wasn't lying when I said this was going to be a lightning round. There really isn't much to talk about here with her voice, except for the fact that it does an incredibly good job at portraying how this princess is. What else is new? The Thorn is someone who is hesitant and scared to trust you, but really wants to trust you, so she's extremely conflicted, and this voice represents that very well. Alright, the whole long pause with random comment joke is kind of dead now, so I'm just gonna move on.
No, hold on, hear me out! Hear me out!
We all knew this day was coming. Alright, let's talk about the tower.
The Dommy Mommy.
First thing to point out is that there are 2 versions of her voice. When she's just chatting, she's got a light echo to her voice.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
And then when she's being forceful or angry, she's got more echo to her voice. I'll just play the track.
Drop it.
This is the first of a number of voices with any sort of editing or effect to it other than just a straight Nicole Goodnight voice line with no editing at all. And that's partially why it's ranked higher, but I also just really like the delivery. When she's calm, it's very slow, sultry, deliberate. Heck, Nicole herself described this as the Dommy Mommy voice. I mean, she said it, not me. But when she's forceful, she's, forceful. Kind of like a mom bossing around her child, which, honestly, joke's on you, I'm into that shit. I'm grouping her with the Apotheosis because it's just same voice, more editing. But that doesn't mean it's not worth mentioning, so I'm just gonna, play the voice.
Finally, the little bird has set me free. This is always how it was going to end. And this is always how it was going to begin.
Basically just the slow, deliberate delivery of the tower's calm voice with the effect and editing of the tower's angry voice. But I also really like how some of the delivery more reflects how the Apotheosis sees you as an equal rather than a means to an end or a tool or an inferior. I especially like the delivery of "Fly, little bird." But that might just be because I like the quote. Anyways, moving on.
Arson.
You came back. I missed you.
Have you ever wondered what would happen if you took the Damsel's voice and gave it the same effect as the Spectre, except the whispers overlap directly with the talking instead of being an echo? So anyways, here's the Burned Gray. Yeah, I basically described everything about the Burned Gray in that one sentence, so there's really not much else to say. It's good for portraying the very subtle sadness that the damsel feels at being stabbed, and I was gonna follow this up with something, but I don't actually know what. You know what? No, we're just moving on. Okay.
I'm currently running on 2 hours of sleep and an Oreo, and I'm ready to fight God or become him!
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
I'm gonna be completely honest, it's hard to say if the Shifting Mound even counts. She's basically got the exact same voice as the Wild, except she's placed this high because she also technically has all of the other voices with her. I mean, like, what else is there to say? Not much, really.
I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot. I'll be back.
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
I don't blame Nicole Goodnight for crying every time she plays this. I'd cry too if I had emotions. The delivery here is absolutely perfect. It's such a solid representation of a relationship driven to the point of where you're just going through the motions without any rhyme or reason, and not yet realizing that it's not right for you. Or at the very least, not yet realizing that something has to change. You can feel the hesitance and sadness in her voice, and the fact that I can decipher this when every other ranking before this has just been, hey, look, this is pretty cool, moving on, really just goes to show how well it's delivered, because this is the only voice that doesn't have any editing or effect that I have this much to say about. Easily the most emotionally powerful voice and delivery, and the most emotionally powerful route in the entire game. Bravo, Nicole. Bravo. And it didn't even crack the top 5.
I'm really mad!
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
How do you make that be one of the most wholesome and endearing routes in the entire game? You make it say sorry. That's literally, that's why I love this route. I don't think there's a single thing you can do, at least post Pristine Cut, that doesn't end in some form of reconciliation with the Fury. But obviously my favorite is when she tires herself out and you have a chance to leave the cabin with her. But going from such a visceral rage to this genuine sorrow...
Oh, I think I understand you now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do the things I did to you. I don't think I knew what I was doing.
Is something only a talented voice actress can do. Good thing Nicole Goodnight's a really talented voice actress. Not to mention the effect is just really cool. It's like the tower if you made it marginally cooler, but also made it angry. You know, because she's the Fury. The Fury is angry. She's angry because she's furious.
I feel like we've been here before. Have we been here before?
You killed me last time, and that was after you tried to lock me away forever. I was so close to freedom, but then you took my body away from me.
Call me crazy, but with the way she looks, I more expected her to sound like the succubus boss from that one crappy Devil May Cry reboot. But her voice is actually really cool, and I'm really happy how it turned out, because this is, as proven before, the most difficult voice Nicole had to work with. Such a perfect representation of just done with your bullcrap. And to be completely honest, I find that absolutely hilarious. Part of the reason I'm so intent on spiting the Wraith is that it feels like she's just trying to spite me, even though she's just getting her goals at our expense. She's just kind of pissed off at us. And honestly, I don't blame her. You stabbed her. Oh, I guess I should mention her other voices too. There's her voice when she's in your body.
The candle flicks as we push forward. The air is different here.
That's really, really muffled. There's also my favorite one, which is like right before she dies. She's like, "What is happening to me?"
What is happening to me?
I actually really like this one. Maybe it's just because the Wraith is distressed. I don't like the Wraith.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Whoever decided to overlay her voice with a whisper is a genius. Oh wait, you know what? It was probably like Tony and Abby or something because they, like made the game. Anyways, I could genuinely sleep to this voice. Like, if there was an ASMR of this Not to mention, it's a cool effect. It really nails the ethereal vibe of, of Poltergeist, while not being menacing or intimidating. She isn't trying to be menacing or intimidating. She's trying to negotiate with you. Of course, if you fail to adhere to her plans, she, kinda kills you. And of course, there's also the,
After all, you owe me.
No, you're dying! Oh!
But, like, that's not important. Other than that, she's adorable. I don't know why her design looks so adorable, but it does. Really not much else to say about this.
Bold of you to come back here after what you did.
You ever wonder what would happen if the Wraith was based? So anyways, here's the Drowned Grey. Why is this such a good voice? This is no business going this hard. Just such a cool effect delivered with Prisoner's cold, calculated voice, showing absolutely no remorse for what is that? No, screw this, we're moving on.
I was relieved that it was just a babby. That's when I takes closer look and realize, fat babby.
I love the kind of woman that will actually just kill me.
With how great of a voice actress Nicole Goodnight is, one would think this is extremely difficult to decide who should be number one. But no, it wasn't even close. There was no competition whatsoever.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
How do you make a character that's so utterly horrifying, but also so much fun to watch and to listen to? Well, you make her horrifying, and then you make her sassy. What a queen. I have to, of course, give a mention to the effect on her voice. This is by far my favorite. It manages to make her utterly terrifying without detracting from how sassy and fun she is. If we were ranking these by just the effect of the voice, the Wraith would be closer to the top, and we can't be having that. No. You need the sass. The delivery is just so great. I love it. It's just so sassy. It's just so obvious she has you wrapped around her finger, and she'll do whatever it takes to get you the frack out of there so she can follow behind you and keep you around as a trinket, apparently. I mean, what else is there to say about her? This is one of the few routes where she doesn't want to kill you. She just wants to get out. But it's hard to say whether or not she genuinely cares about you or just sees you as a means to an end. Again, whatever it is, her sassy exterior is a great way to cover that. You just can't top her. You just can't. Evil for the love of the game, or at least that's what she convinces herself. But one way or another, she's still my Pookie. This was my first ranking video, and I want to know how y'all thought of it. I'm planning on doing a lot more ranking videos, so if you have any ideas for how I should rank the princess, or maybe the voices if you want to mix things up, comment. And if you have any criticisms or suggestions for how I can improve my videos, also comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. This has been Rank the Princess. Now if you'll excuse me, I have some F4A flirty Spectre x listener / long quiet ASMR Slay the Princess to listen to.